There you go, guys. They're looking good. Yep. All of them. They're starting to get their flight feathers in, is what you would call, lose their fluffiness. Only problem I had with one of them, it had a poopy butt, and I soaked her in water, or him in water, and peeled it off. Did a real good job, and he's doing fine. I can't even find him anymore. He's cleaned up. I moved their feed into this bucket, a lot more feed for them. The water, I've just been filling it halfway, and changing it 2 times a day. They're doing really good on the water. And so they are at day, I think it's about day 10 now, is how old they are. Probably one more week in here, and then they're going to move out. We've been having temperatures. I've actually been shutting the heat lamp off during the day because our temperatures have been up to 100 degrees. And it's dead air in here. I've been leaving this garage door open about the height of this. And I put this on low. And it keeps it cool enough in there that they're not even panting. They're doing really good. Of course, right now they're not panting. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I came back to feed the animals. But you can see they're doing really good. I filled that last night. Need to pull out some of the wood chips that's in here. But I'm going to show you something, guys. I think a lot of people already know this. But you know, you get wood chips, fill up all this stuff. I start raising everything up on blocks of wood. And I set it down. That raises it up. They can't get in there. Same as this. Now this here, probably, I'm going to guess tonight when I come back, I'm going to raise this up another 2x4 or another, that's a 2x8 under there. And raise it up. I have got, well, they're over around the corner. Anyway, I'll raise it up one more level so they don't get as many wood chips in there. I just filled that water up. But yeah, they're doing good. Doing good. Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, Tony, our cabin of woods. Okay, what I've got to do is I have to start on my meat chickens. They must be moved into their new location like ASAP. We were gone. Yeah, notifications. Anyway, yeah, we've got to clean this out. Yeah, they've got to go in here. So we got to do a bunch of weed whacking. The stuff that's right on the inside here, I'll cut that all up. The goats love that stuff. I've got to clean up all along here. And I'm going to show you between that post and the next post, I have to put chicken wire on it. Because that's the only spot that has no chicken wire. Everything else you can see does. You know, I have it from there up to there. That's it. But this place is secure. I have never, knock on wood. I think I got some wood in the back of my truck. Never had anything get in here. The top is chicken wire. As you can see, all the way, the whole thing. And then I've got leftover roofing that I've put on top. So if it rains, they don't get flooded. They've got the summertime. The trees will shade it, help keep it shaded up. So we got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of things in there I need to move out. There's our feed barrels, all kinds of stuff's in here. And looks like I got a pole that fell down. Yeah, we got to get going. Okay, got the outside done pretty much. I'll get the rake and rake that up. But these bushes that you see right here are really thorny, really bad. So, getting my gloves on. And I'm going to get my trusty Saker handsaw that I love. As you can see, yes, I still have it. And it works. Hey Saker, if you have any more good tools you want to review, if you have an auger for a garden, that would be really cool. Just saying, I love your product. Look at that, guys. With ease. No problem. Oh, I love this baby. Well, let's get this all pulled out. Goats will eat this. Alright, the rest of that stuff is that thorny stuff I used to saw on, Saker saw. So let me go throw this over to the goats, and we're going to come back and get that going. Alright, hey, right now it's 101 out, and we are expecting 103 this afternoon. Alright, let's bring you on in. Alright, if you've seen my other videos, you'd seen this last, I don't know, been here the last 5 years. It's cleaned up really good. Here the feeders are back there, those PVC pipes. This is what I hold my feeds in. Every supply I need for these birds are in this area. I always keep my supplies in each area. So actually, that there is my killing cone for my turkeys. Yes, it is. And there's my pipe that slides through there, and we hang it. It's my turkeys are real big. You can see the hole for where the heads would come through. That's where I kept them last year. No turkeys this year. All right, need to get this stuff out of here and get going in here. I need to find some straw hay. I always put straw hay back in here again, and I rake it out and change it out like every other day. Good for the compost and good for the chickens. Alright, we got pretty much cleaned up in here. I need to do some raking, just rake some more stuff up. I cleaned this out pretty good when the last birds are in here. I need to take out those PVC pipes that you see back there. That's the feeders. But I'll show you what I do. This one here, I believe, is where I put all the bags of feed in. There's leftover supplies for the animals. I'm not too sure, you know, if I ever need these. I have leftover supplies I keep in here. At this time of year, I'll take all of this and I'll put it in here for now. Here is the water that I have changed that I made last year for the chickens. And we'll attach that to the fence over here so they have all the fresh water they need. Yep, I put everything in here so I would never lose it. Keep track of it. I kept it in this area. I have a bad habit of putting stuff in my garage, and then next year I go to look for it and I'm like, where is it? This way I know I've got it out here. So I need to go ahead and get the water set up. Let's show you the water system we have. Here you go. I've got to adjust that a little bit more, and I got a water leak right there. We're going to fix that, but bring that up. The chickens come right up to it. When it needs water, it refills. When you have 50 chickens, they refill that pretty quick. So I just have it bungee cord onto the chain link fence. The line runs right on over to the spigot. Go back outside. This is where the swamp cooler sits. You can see it's kind of shaded right here at this time of day. So not only is it getting water, but it's going to be in a cool area. And the hose is already connected right here. So we'll have that ready. I do have all right. I've called both my local feed stores. Neither one has straw hay, but they said the straw hay is being delivered tonight. So tomorrow morning I'll get the straw hay, and we'll put straw hay in here, and then the chickens will be coming in here. I wanted them in here tonight, but I want the straw hay first. So that's what we're going to do. That other feeder that's way back there, underneath there, that will come out probably in about another 3 weeks when the chickens get bigger, and so they don't fight so much. And I'll just lay one across here and the other one across there, and I just fill them both. The process that I do for my chickens and feeding, they have 24-hour feed. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Last spring, I talked to Jason at Coghill Farm. And as if you all know his channel, he used to raise meat birds and actually sell them to restaurants. Okay. He's the one that talked about feeding the birds 24 hours. He says if they're sleeping, they're sleeping. He said if they're awake, they're going to eat. No harm. Last year's the first year I tried that. Last year, my birds were 7 pounds the minimum, 13 pounds the max. Yes. Prior to that, I was always getting between 5 and 6.5 pound birds. So it makes a difference. Yes, they eat more feed. You're getting a lot more meat, guys. So this year, I'll be doing the same thing again. The feeder will always be full. They will always have water. And then at 8 weeks, they're processed. They head to freezer camp. All right, what I need to do now is, everywhere else, there's chicken wire on the inside of the chain link fence, except for here. I got my roll. I'm going to hang that wire across here. That way it keeps anything reaching in to grab. As you can see, it is all 100% secured. Yeah, there's leaves up there, but I have gone through this. Nothing can get in here at all. The chain link is actually buried about 1 foot deep all the way around. This is a 6-foot fence, and I'm crouched over. It's probably about 5 foot right now. So, there you go. All right, I got the chicken wire wired to the chain link fence. There you go. And I overlapped and hooked to here because there was a gap right here that I knew a raccoon or whatever could reach in if there was a chicken there. So we just eliminated any chance of that happening. This morning I did go and was able to get myself some straw hay, locate some. So I picked that up. So, you can see I've got the hay in there. I got their feeder in there. Next, I need to go ahead and get some feed, bring it out here, get it in their drum. All right, we got it backed in here. This is the feed that I estimate that will take to feed out our meat birds. It was, I believe, 15 bags of meat maker and 1 bag of the medicated. We are already done with the medicated, so we have started on the meat maker. So what I got to do now is I'm going to take 3 of these bags outside and put them inside that drum, and I'll keep the feed in that area. I've also got another half a bag over there I'll bring out there also. So, all right, let's get this loaded up. Let's go ahead and out and fill their feeder. Big thing, guys, when you go to put your bags in, make sure you put them in the right way so you don't have to have them upside down when you go to open them up. And then I got the leftover bag. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and bring it on in and feed the chickens. Get their feed set in there now. Feed's done, and as I've told you before here, I'm going to feed these just like I did last year. They're getting 24-hour feed. So the night when I go ahead and put the animals up, it'll be full. Alright, now we need to go get the swamp cooler. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and put the rest of the feed in here, put this in here, put the lid on, and that way we're secure from any kind of animals. There we go. All right, we got this loaded up. Got the level. You have to make sure that this is level so the water works right. I got a heavy duty extension cord, one that's not messed up. And now we're gonna go ahead and bring this out back and set this whole thing up. Okay, now we got to turn this around and then we got to level it. We are dead on this way. We need to come up on this one. All right, we're level now. The 2x I was going to use is way too big, so I just shoved dirt on the wheel. I keep the level with me at all times in my truck, so I'll keep an eye on that. That's all looking good. That's perfect. Now's the time to run my wire. Heavy gauge wire, not been eaten up, not messed up in any way. Big thing is, it's my electrical outlet is back over here. I'll show you in a second. That is a ground fault circuit that's tied to the house. It's something I've mentioned a bunch of times, that when I built the home I had it set so I can run ground fault all the way out here along with my water, like I've told you before, so I have power out here to the animals. So let me go ahead, and what I'm going to try to do is keep most of this inside that little coop, and I'll hang it along the fence line. That keeps any rodents from trying to eat it as it's laying out here. As you see, I just weave it through there. I don't like to have wires laying on the ground for anything, any reason. I'll pull that tighter. We'll pull that whole harness inside. And on the other side of that box is electrical outlet. And actually, you can see outgoing ends up going over to the goats, so they have power over there also. I can hear the fan kick on. It's on. There's a nice sized gap so I can run a wire through there, run it down. I got the wiring laying on top of a 2x4 that's laying in there. So the fan's hooked up. Now we're going to hook up the garden hose. And the fan is on low right now, and that's high, but we'll keep that running. Let's get this hose hooked up and we'll turn it on. The fitting is over here for the hose. Alright, I got it turned on. I got a leak, I'll fix it. I'll bring my wrenches out and tighten it up. Here we go. You can see water's going on in. And as soon as it gets to that line, you can see against the wall, it's a little bit darker, it shuts down. All right, so let's go back and get the chickens and get a wrench to tighten that down. All right. As you can see, they're getting big. We just come back from vacation and it's time to move them. Now, guys, I did want to show you this. There you go. It's full of water. I forgot to get my wrenches. I'll go back and get them. But the fan's going, and what's going to happen is I flip the pump on. Water comes out of the center here. And what actually happens is the water gets caught through here and goes through all these holes and then gets that back grid all wet. And then air is brought in this way, sucked that way, and that's your swamp cooler. Let me get this set in here. You should be 51. We have not had a loss in these birds. Come here, guys. Here's your water. I gotta put this down. Come here, guys. Come here, you. Come on. Come on. Here you go. All right. All 51 are accounted for. They're doing great. 4 or 5 of them. I actually dipped their beak in that water, so they know that there's sitting water right there. But they all headed there. Their body core temperature was pretty hot. But inside here, believe it or not, it's like 15 degrees cooler. All right, it's time for me to go in. I'll bring you back here in a bit. All right, they're all in here, set up. I don't know if they had been drinking out of that water trough or not yet. So I brought the red and white bucket that they know has water, so they can get some water. As soon as, see if you notice how they're all starting to come to it. Once the birds see one gathering, they will all follow. I had the same problem last year. I had to leave this out for like 2 days, and finally they figured what that was, and then I was able to remove that. But there you go. They're having some water. You can tell they've already eaten their food. They're all just trying to stay cool. Swamp cooler is on high, and you can't believe how much cooler the air is coming through. Kind of makes sense why they're way back there, because it's hitting them way back there. Let's see what we got back here. What y'all doing? Huh? Dirt bath. Give himself a bath. Yeah. See, I don't know if they've all seen the water yet. All right, you kind of see two is sticking there. I moved the bucket over here, and now you can see that they're all going to it, which is good. They need water. It's probably why they're so hot. And so we'll keep it there, and I'll keep moving it down this way. I'll recheck this water in about an hour, because they will drink that down pretty quick, guys. Birds are looking good though. These have figured out where the water is right there. They were just dipping in there. I just watched them. So that's good. And it is hot. It's about 100 degrees. So the goal today is to keep these guys hydrated. It is cooler in here, but they all don't know water's here yet. They will. I'll keep giving you, there's some more birds heading this way right now too. They're all figuring it out. So they're all drinking. Very good. I did fix that. I just tightened that up. That was leaking a little bit too, and I tightened those up. So everything's pretty much set. Now it's just that I need to keep an eye on them for sure today. Make sure they all have plenty of water in there. And the rest will take a hold. They'll all figure it out. And I'll just start moving that bucket down here, like I said, and eventually put it over here. That one's still sitting there. Those two, they're drinking out of it. So, all right, that's it for now, guys. We're gonna go.